Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Very hot morning. In this video, I will continue with other methods of anti-parasitic detox cleanse of the body. Some of you said you can't do the garlic. I agree with you, and let me give you my feedback on how it worked on me. I couldn't take it all. Like I was trying to consume whole garlic. I couldn't. It is really not. Maybe because also when I cook, I don't like to take raw garlic. For me, really was impossible. So I continued. But for other people, it worked. And it is what I learned also is that this is the method. You remember from my previous video. Take a look at my previous video. On the cleanse with 1 cup water size cup garlic, which you take on empty stomach in the morning, and then you're killing almost all, I say almost because we don't know how much we kill, most of the parasites in our bodies. So this method seems to be very, very ancient. What I understood is that this is the method of Genghis Khan. But after you killed the parasites, you have to take cleansing method, which should transport them out of your body. And for these reasons, I advised you what I know from Russian healers, but also in my culture, we have the same practice to use castor oil. So the castor oil thing I did, and you really feel very well, and it really cleanses you, and you have to do it 3 times. One early morning you do on empty stomach, so every other day for 3 mornings. Check my previous video, I explained how. And now I continue with another method. And also you asked me if you should really do it during full moon. It is advisable. Of course, you can do it anytime. It will still do good to your body. But of course, the full moon is the best option, because during the full moons, like I told you, all these parasites are laying their eggs, and you can really kill most of them. So I will give you another method, which I know was used on me personally by my grandmother when I was very small. And also I will give you a recipe. Look, this is a book. Most Bulgarians know it's an old book of 3 volumes from the amazing Bulgarian natural doctor, natural healer, Petar Dimkov. He's so beloved by, people love him. Almost every house has these 3 volumes of Bulgarian folk medicine. Amazing. He followed Master Bean Sadunu. He was vegetarian. He would never take money from people. He was really beloved by people, and even now we apply his methods. His daughter, which is already, I think she's in her 90s, she's also amazing, and these people prove themselves really to be helping, but from the depth of their hearts, not taking money, not refusing healing to anyone, and so. He lived in the 19th century. I will tell you one beautiful thing which he said. He said during the Second World War, when Sofia was bombed, by the Germans. No, we were siding anyway. But in the Second World War, we were bombed. And he said, I have such faith in God that now I can sit with my family, with my children, out on the plane, and the bombs will not even come closer to us, because I have such faith in God. I never forget these words. They uplift me and my faith in God, and this gives a very good feeling. So now to go straight to the method which he gave. These methods he didn't invent. He was famous for collecting recipes from villages, from people who were healers, from folk. That's why his books are called Bulgarian Folk Medicine. So you know the method, most probably, but I would give you a recipe how exactly to apply it. So it is about the pumpkin seeds. When you use pumpkin seeds, I'll tell you easy tip maybe. I found that there is one pumpkin type with seeds which don't have, which are already without the shell. You don't need to clean them, you just eat them. So I'll tell you first what my grandmother was doing to me when I was very small, and I remember this. Every time, because you know, children when they're small, they play in the sand, they don't wash their hands, they put hands in mouth and so. So she would count every full moon for many years. I remember when I was very small, she would count, and at midnight, she would do it at midnight. I don't know why at midnight, but yes, it makes sense, because midnight your body is resting and you are really prone to attacks from the parasites. So she would count 100 seeds, but this is for a very small child, and you can do this to your children. It will help, it will do very good on them. She would count 100 pumpkin seeds. She would cleanse them from the cover in her mouth, like the birds give, you know, to their children, and she would cleanse and give in my mouth 100. And this is the recipe for a small child. So if a small child is like 10 kilo, you remember that we certainly need to take more. Clean the pumpkin seeds, and during the full moon at night, at 12 o'clock, she would give me this recipe. And then after that, actually, when you take the pumpkin seeds, always, and this is what Petar Dimkov is saying in the book, I will read to you from the book, we need to do cleans, because you need to make transportation for them out of your body. You need to get them out of your body. So castor oil is the best, even 1 spoon, but the best is, like I told you, gram castor oil per kilo weight, and then double the size of fresh lemon juice. You drink it 3 times, 3 mornings on empty stomachs, every other day, 3 times, and then you get rid of all these things in your bodies. So what he gives, Petar Dimkov. Now this method with the pumpkin seeds, he says this is mainly for these worms, which are the flatworms, but not only, but they are very, very dangerous. So the main reasons he states for them to attack us is usually when people eat meat. Actually, I will add to this fish, dirty hands, dirty environment, and whatnot. So he's saying on empty stomach, 3 mornings, one after another, you need to eat the pumpkin seeds, you know, cleaned, of course, and raw. Some people say eat them cooked, baked. No, you destroy most of their quantities. So you need to mash them, you apply in metal, on a wooden plate, or you need to mash them, or with a stone, and you 200 grams. For children, he says 100 grams. You mash them, and then you add a little bit of fresh milk. He says it could be milk from a cow, from a sheep, any milk. And then you just eat it with a spoon. You eat it every morning. Or you can drink it in more, you dilute it with more milk and you drink it. For children, 100 grams, for adults, 200 grams. Even you can take more, so 3 mornings. After that, and he says 1 hour after you take it, you need to take cleansing method, which I tell you, he doesn't say which, but you can take castor oil or Epsom salt, whatever you like. So this is the main thing. And then there are other methods which I will also tell you about. other times, but this is method which you can do. He doesn't say take it during the full moon, but I, as astrologer, I'm telling you the full moon is really the most appropriate timing. I personally wait for the full moons and I do that. And because I started this series for weight loss methods, the most effective weight loss and you feel like lighter is when we do good cleansing and when we do repeatedly, not only 3 mornings and then we forget. We can do it more often, and I can tell you this is the pumpkin seeds are so nutritional that you can do it, we can do it much more often. So this is for now. Share with me, please, how it worked on you if you did my method with the Genghis Khan's, the ancient method with the garlic. If you managed, I managed only half. I couldn't. It was maybe because for me, only when I smell the garlic, I don't like the garlic in food. I like it cooked, but not raw. So for me, it was only the smell. But people who like garlic, for them will be certainly easier. So share with me how you felt, please. Share with me if you know this method, how you apply it in your culture. And I hope this series are interesting for you. And all the best.